but I am here on Review Wednesday, about to give you another show review. Sweet Vicious episode 3. That was pitiful. But we are on Sweet Vicious episode 3, and this was a really good episode, guys. We learned some new shit. We saw some new shit. There was a lot of beautiful heart-to-hearts. I loved it. So, we open with Ophelia showing off her new fighting equipment to Jules. And I love because Jules makes the joke, like, you know, just because you saw Creed doesn't mean anything. And what I loved about it was the fact that it shows that Ophelia's being serious about it. Like, she actually really wants to get into this whole kicking ass and taking names thing. Then they have a nice sequence of them, well, Jules training Ophelia, which I thought was really nice. And I love watching Jules fling Ophelia over her back when Ophelia acts like she's ready to fight. And she says how she's watched a lot of Kung Fu movies, so it's up there. It's not the same, girl. It's not the same. Okay, they pull up the picture of the survivor's wall that they found in the bathroom, and they pick their next target. We shoot, while waiting to pick their next target, we shoot to a girl running and crying, asking someone to pick her up, also saying she didn't want it, but he didn't listen, he held her down, and she doesn't want anyone to know. She doesn't want to go to the school nurse, and she says his name, which was like Max Connor. Yeah. And we shoot back to the girls throwing a knife at his name on the wall, and that's who we decided who we gonna get. So we later find out too that Jules has been ghosting Tyler. The reason that she's ghosting him is because, you know, they did just kill his half-brother. So maybe try not to fuck the guy whose half-brother we just murdered. But, you know, the heart wants what it wants, people. Then we shoot to Kennedy getting her makeup done because apparently they have some very important book lady coming to the sorority to talk. I wrote how I don't like how Nate always just want to fuck Kennedy, but she's too dumb to notice. Like, if I tell you I'm putting on my fucking makeup, get the hell on! I'm putting on makeup, you get some pussy later. Shit! Like, with the whole pulling on the dresser. First of all, you fucking up my vanity. Get the fuck, bye. Bye. I don't get girls like that who just go in and like, he's being cute. No. No. Two of the girls from the sorority were sent to the record store to be watched because they took mushrooms. So after Kennedy does her makeup and come downstairs, one of the other girls go, oh, the sisters forgot the crudité because this woman coming, she wrote a book, she's very important. So then we see thing 1 and thing 2, the same bitches we saw in a couple episodes ago asking to buy weed at the record store, the pretty Asian girl and the white girl with the red hair. So they send them to the record store because they said Jules will watch after you. They took mushrooms. They high as fuck. What I thought was hilarious is when they get to the record store, they are like easing in, floating in while holding food. And the way they did that scene, and especially the way when they're sitting on the floor and she's like, Harris, come watch, she's dancing. And she's just leaning against the thing with her eyes bucked high as fuck. It was so funny. Oh my God. And so Ophelia and Jules, they were supposed to watch them, but of course Ophelia puts that all on Harris. She's not really that good of a friend, but he agrees to watch him while he works on his paper for the law journal. O and J are doing more intel on the guy, and they find a video of the victim talking about what happened. Because Ophelia said just because she says it doesn't mean it's actually true. So she walked through her digital life and found a video of the girl talking about what happened and saying how maybe she had mixed signals. Maybe she was making him think that she wanted to have sex when it's never that. It's never that. It's all about power with these jackasses. And in the middle of watching the video, Jules walks out because it gets so intense. And Tyler walks up behind her just grinning and shit because he sees her and he taps her and she throw punches the shit out of him. The way he's like, I'll be fine. You have amazing reflexes. And she keeps going, I'm sorry. I don't know if I want to fuck a girl no more if she's just me. And, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. But then again, you did creep up on her in the middle of the day. Jules got problems. Anyway, They walk together, Jules and Tyler, and then the cop shows up to ask Tyler about his missing brother. So while they're walking and talking, a cop shows up. You know, Tyler walks over to talk to the cop, and the cop is like, you know, where the fuck is he? And he like, I don't know, I'm looking for him. And so then Jules sees that, gets a little freaked out, and then she leaves. Why you gotta keep leaving him standing in random places? Like, come on, girl. Be a little nicer than that, damn. So, Ophelia lets Jules know that she set up fake dating profiles to get Max, lure him into her basically, and she's also following him and doing intel. We see her sitting in her car eating chips, watching this Max guy walk out of whatever building he was learning in. We shoot back to O's apartment where Carter's phone is in a chain box. So the night that they killed him, Ophelia says she swiped $40 and she took his phone, and Jules was like, stealing from the dead, great. And she goes, what? It's not like they serve Natty Light in hell. Although they might. We've all had our Natty Light moments. I hate to say I was one of them too. Let's not go back. So the reason the phone was in the chain box is because, you know, it was protected, and when she takes it out, she can say that he's anywhere in the world. So they doctored a photo, they doctored a text, and they send it to Tyler saying that he was snowboarding up in Canada and he'll be back when everything blows over, which we know isn't true. So we shoot to Harris getting law advice from one of the mushroom girls. That's what I wrote down because I forgot her name. So not only does he learn that she's super smart, but she's also pre-law. And she has a mother that he knows about who's an honorable judge, and they talk about different things. And she mentions how there are no drapes, and so which means there's no carpet. And she's like, I'm shaved. Like, he was trying to be cool with the sexual innuendo. She ain't got no hair on her pussy, but she didn't catch it. And so she just had to tell him. That was funny. So we shoot back to O and J. I call them O and J because I don't feel like writing down Ophelia and Jules every time. Shoot back to O and J. O made a fake profile to get Max. And she did. So they're sitting out there. They're waiting. They're at a stakeout. Hanging out behind some fucking steps, it looked like. I wonder where those steps. I feel like those were steps. So while they're on a stakeout, we shoot to Kennedy finally getting a lunch with the woman that she likes, and Nate getting pissy about it. So this is what was so crazy to me about that scene. Kennedy is like, this is your girlfriend. She has a great thing that's happening to her in her life, and you more concerned with a goddamn football dinner. Really? You just want her to be arm candy. You're being named, what, like, first quarterback or, like, team captain, some special shit. And she's literally meeting with a woman who wrote a book who could change her life and give her some great opportunities, but you more concerned with being named captain of your football team. Meeting a woman who wrote an amazing book, being your +1 to your boyfriend getting named team captain. I think I'm gonna go meet the woman who wrote the book. I don't like Nate. I don't see how Kennedy puts up with Nate's shit. Like, can we get to the episode where she find out Nate ain't shit and we can just move on? But I don't really like Kennedy that much either. So, and I even wrote down Nate full of shit wanting Kennedy to give up something huge for a damn football dinner. She turns on Find a Friend and she finds Jules. Okay. This is what I can't stand about Jules. She forget the easiest, the tiniest shit that could help them not get caught. Bitch, how you forget to turn off Find a Friend? We all have Find a Friend. You turn the shit off. Like, while Jules and O are on the stakeout, she randomly hears Jules, and so now she has to go deal with Kennedy, and Ophelia's like, what the fuck? So while Jules is trying to get Kennedy away from the guy they're looking for, shows up looking for Ashley, because that was one of the profiles that Ophelia made. Turns out, when Ophelia goes and like wants to fuck him up, it's not the guy. It's a completely different guy. So now she has to play it off like it's a mugging when it's not a mugging. She fucked up. Like, so that was hilarious when she's like, give me your wallet. What, give me your wallet? This is a mugging. Girl, you could at least knock him out before you ran away. But okay. after, you know, because she texts Jules and says, I think I messed up. That's not the guy, because he doesn't have the heart-shaped birthmark that the girl said in her video on her computer about him. So with more investigation, Ophelia finds out that the victim was actually catfished. His name isn't Max. His name is like fucking Dean something. And so the new way that they're approaching getting this asshole is to find him in person. So while they're in person, Jules acts like she is interested in what he's reading at this pizzeria where they find the real asshole at. And Jules spills something on him, gets his phone, and gets the info off of it by sticking in one of those things that we saw Ophelia stick into that black guy's phone from the last episode to get information off of it. And so they finally find who he is. They put a software out. It's really, really great. So we shoot to Jules and Tyler talking about Carter. He says how he's low-key happy that he's gone, but he needs to come back because shit is getting hectic. And when they start to get close, Jules actually starts to pull away after they have like a cute little, this is my girl, and he puts his hand on her leg and she's like, what the fuck, you know? She's like, it's a knee injury, you know, but we're fine. We are fine. You know, why in that moment did Tyler not go, what is it? What am I doing? Am I moving too fast? Is this too much for you? Because I can completely understand that. But he, with his Tyler ways, just sitting there looking dumb as fuck. You know, I don't trust Tyler because he's too fucking attractive. I don't trust it with his big ass teeth and his swoop ass hair and his pretty face. Because you have a brother who's a rapist. I mean, you're more concerned with him coming back and talking to you versus him facing what the fuck he did. Like, but you know, family. So Ophelia closes the record store early so they can go get the douchebag when they really find out who he is. What was crazy about that was Harris asked her to watch the store. Harris asked her to basically do her job, but she closed it early to go get douchebag. They lure him into this like the building that looks like it's getting construction done on it, and they start fucking him up. He tries to run away, but they still end up fucking him up some more. I love when he's running down the stairs, he's holding the rail, and you see Ophelia with the stun gun, and she puts it on the rail because it's steel, and he feels it, gets shocked, and knocked down to the ground. I like that. That was real smooth how they put that in there. So Kennedy and Jules the next day are sharing a moment in Jules's room in her bed. Then Nate show up. Look at here, Nate. Who the fuck? And his little half-ass knock he do. While he's just opening the fucking door. See, this is why I don't like sororities. Bitches can just walk in your room and act like they knocked when they didn't knock. And secondly, you are a boy. This is early in the morning. I could literally have my titties out and you just walking into my fucking room because your girl up in here. That's what I don't like. And then I also don't like that Kennedy isn't like, hey, whoa, boundaries. Here I come. We'll go talk. Because if that was my friend's room, I would get the fuck out. I wouldn't sit up here and have a whole lover's quarrel with my fucking boyfriend while my friend trying to lay in there and sleep in her fucking pajamas. I thought that was the rudest shit. Like, how? Like, I've never been so consumed with my boyfriend that I don't even think, oh, my friend may be increasingly uncomfortable with this moment. You're my personal fucking space. Oh. Nate walks in and he apologizes. They have a whole moment. He's like, you know, I want to be there for you. I want to give you amazing things. I want to help you achieve your dreams. Oh, God. He's so full of shit. She's like, I'm not just with you because you're the captain of the football team. I love you because you do this. And I love you because you do that. Whatever, Kennedy. You keep dating a dumbass, but all right. When they leave, Jules looks like she's about to cry after, which I thought was pretty fucking sad. You know, how does Kennedy not notice that she look a little disheveled when your boyfriend comes? Okay, girl. Harris fires Ophelia, which, holy shit, because he asked her to keep the place open. The place wasn't open. She went to do her own shit. He feels like she's not being a good friend and a horrible employee, so he fires her. And then we shoot to Jules in a support group for rape survivors, and which I thought was a very, very, very powerful scene. And I love when Jessie, I think was her name, talking about how she feels unsafe and how she's not getting that much sleep and how is she going to be able to walk through this huge part of campus without having a panic attack, and she's failing everything and she may have to drop out. And I love because she said what's so unfair about it is the fact that he's not going through this. He doesn't have panic attacks. He's not losing sleep. He's just living his life as if nothing happened. And I love because they included that, because we don't really think about that when we think about college campus rapes and rapes in such big public places like that. These women have to still walk these same halls, walk it through these same quads, get food at these same places where there are a huge chance that you may run into the person who raped you. And they're not going through the personal turmoil you are. You're losing sleep. You can barely go to class. You can barely keep it together without busting into tears while this motherfucker is just living his life like he didn't do anything wrong. That's so fucked up. It's so fucked up because I know what that's like to go to school with the people that tried to sexually assault you and they not get in any kind of trouble at all. But see, when it happened to me, I was 12. This is happening to girls in their 20s and some even in their 30s on college campuses, and it's something that we really need to talk about. So I love that they had their scene. So then after that, they shoot to Jules coming over to Ophelia's house. They're having a heart-to-heart. They're talking. She tells Ophelia how she learned something new about the girl because she's in that group with her. And I really like because they sat there and they really talked to each other like friends. And Ophelia was like, you have a friend in me and you can really tell me stuff. And they're eating their noodles. I thought it was real cute. Thought it was real nice. And Jules said, what's the point of doing all this if the girls that we're doing it for don't know that we're doing it? So they send Jessie, the victim, a text and told her the guy's real name and where he'd be walking. So we see the girl closing her book bag and walking through this quad, and she sees him with his arm in a sling, his face all fucked up, he's got a boot on his foot. He sees her and immediately looks the other way and is just limping with his book bag on his back, and she kind of gets this smirk on her face like, wow, somebody fucked you up. And I thought that was smart. I like that whole idea and that whole premise. And I also like because they didn't make us wait until the end of an episode every time to watch somebody get their ass beat. It was in the middle, or sometimes it'll be in the beginning, and I really appreciate that. So Jules invites Tyler over because in that heart-to-heart between Ophelia and Jules, Ophelia basically says to her, if you really like this boy and all your shit still work, why don't you just take it slow and really take your time and get to know him? Then it'll be better that way. So Jules agrees. So she invites Tyler over to her sorority house and she admits that she likes him and that she's probably been giving off the type of signals to make him think that she don't like him, when really she does. And they have this cute ass kiss. It was so cute. Nick Fink is so cute. Eliza Bennett is you're so cute. But I still don't trust you, Tyler. One, you got my name. And two, you just too damn cute. Your cuteness makes me uncomfortable. He the type of boy where like, he a student teacher and you know you shouldn't be looking at him like that, but he's fine as fuck. And you're just like, oh my God. Oh my God. I wonder what you look like in the morning when you roll over after a passionate night of fucking. I shouldn't be thinking that about you. You are my student teacher. That's how I see Nick Fink. That's how I see him. But we're gonna leave it alone. So Ophelia goes back and asks for her job back, bringing her resume, put Rick Ross as a reference, make cute little jokes. And I love when she goes, look, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking for her job back. And he's like, you know I can't resist Notting Hill. I thought that was cute because I really like the movie Notting Hill. So one of the mushroom girls shows up and Ophelia's like, huh, this one, we're closed. And he's like, she's actually with me. And she says how he got into Law Journal and then they're going to celebrate. And I like because they gave Harris this cute little relationship. I'm really happy for him. If it's a relationship, or maybe they just fucking, who knows? Okay. So then Tyler is we shoot to Tyler sitting outside of a restaurant. And he gets served with a warrant for his brother's arrest. And the cop's like, I'm sorry, Tyler, I tried all I could. It's over. The girl's lawyered up. Your brother needs to come. And so then we have a scene where Tyler is going to Carter's apartment. He's looking through his apartment. It's dust everywhere. Then he opens Carter's closet and finds a snowboard. And then calls him and goes, I think it's pretty funny that you're in Canada snowboarding when your snowboard is here. Come home, man. Just talk to me. Whatever trouble you're in, we'll figure it out. And yeah, that's how the episode ends, y'all. That's how it ends, y'all. So now Tyler knows that Connor's not snowboarding. But then again, what if your brother bought a new snowboard and didn't want to use that one and just didn't tell your ass, Tyler? And then in one scene, you say how you're kind of happy that he's gone, but now you're kind of like, what the fuck? Come home. I don't want to have to deal with your shit. You know, and then they show a preview to the new episode where an opening clip to the preview is Tyler in the cemetery where they buried his ass. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shit is getting wild, y'all. It is getting wild. Okay. I hope you guys love this review. I know it's like almost 21 minutes. Tell me what you thought about this episode. Tell me what you think about Jules and Ophelia's friendship and how it's growing. Tell me everything. What y'all think about Kennedy and Nate? They're so annoying. Especially Nate. Like, I'm not saying this because we know he's a rapist. He's just really annoying. Like, and Kennedy's so adorable. Like, it's so, oh my God. But anyway, tell me about what you think about Kennedy and Nate. Tell me about what you think about Harrison, his new little girlfriend who liked to occasionally do mushrooms and lick his face like it's a lollipop. Tell me what you guys think about it. And I hope you all enjoyed this review. If no one's told you that you're awesome and that they love you, I think you're awesome and I love you. Peace.